have all gone through the introduction part. This is now module 1 of the course. So the course is comprehensive Google Earth Engine course, as we've done in the introduction. I will be your instructor, Joseph Isundwa. So let's jump right into it, and we will start with what is Google Earth Engine. Let's understand to know what is Google Earth Engine, and from what we do, of course, we have to know the definition. What is Google Earth Engine? And an easy definition is that Google Earth Engine is a cloud-based geospatial processing platform that enables users to analyze, visualize satellite imagery and other geospatial data sets. So many people can say, someone can describe Google Earth Engine and start by saying that it is a data platform. Google Earth Engine is not necessarily a data platform. It is a geospatial cloud computing platform, because you get the data and you work on the data to get certain outputs. So that's why we say it's a cloud-based geospatial processing platform. Yeah. So what are some of the key factors, key features that we have on Google Earth Engine? Yeah. So we are able to access a ton of data sets from Google Earth Engine. These are mostly satellite imagery, but you can also upload your data set to work on it. When it comes to shape files and other data sets, even tables, uh, scripts, you can upload a lot of various data types that are allowed. We will look into that later in the course. And then there's another feature of Google Earth Engine is that it is a cloud-based processing, just from the introduction. By cloud-based, it means that you are working with it over the web, and you're using servers that are hosted by Google, and your data will be hosted in Google, and also data that's available there is hosted in Google. So it's a cloud-based. And then the another feature of it is that it uses JavaScript, and also it has a Python API. So you can code with Google Earth Engine using JavaScript or Python. And then we also have an interactive code editor for rapid prototyping. So Google Earth Engine has a code editor that allows you to put your codes in, and you get your results or apps, whatever you are doing. So what are some of the applications of Google Earth Engine? Yeah. An application of Google Earth Engine basically is just application of any geospatial or remote sensing uh, software or application. Yeah, because if you look at it, it does the analysis, it does any analysis that is remote sensing like or geospatial based. So this can involve environmental monitoring, agriculture, urban planning, and water resources, right? So let us just go through it briefly, and we can go through, for example, environmental monitoring. We can do deforestation tracking. As you can see, we can do land degradation assessment and climate change impact. So, for example, land deforestation tracking, we can use vegetation mapping to do maybe above ground biomass and track how forests have been changing over areas. We can do degradation assessment by mapping maybe how the soil has been changing in various areas, and the impact it has, all that. We can also do climate change impact analysis. For example, we can do when it comes to drought, how much has drought been expanding in this area? How much has flooding been expanding or reducing over an area and over the years, right? Then another thing that you can use Google Earth Engine to do is agriculture, where you can do crop health monitoring, yield prediction, and irrigation planning. All these can be done in various ways. The most common one is NDVI. NDVI is where we do band composition to get how vegetation health is doing in a certain area. Then we go to urban planning. Google Earth Engine also is a tool that can be used to do some projects when it comes to urban planning. This can be urban sprawl detection, heat island analysis, and infrastructure development and tracking. Also, there are other things that you can do, maybe night light mapping, where you map how night light is across a certain area. There also we can derive build-up indices from satellite, where it maps out buildings on satellite images. Then there is a water resource or flood map, water resources mapping. This involves flood mapping, watershed analysis, and water quality monitoring. So this just is uh, using satellite imagery and other data set to monitor how our water resource across the globe is performing. This can be a turbidity test for water to measure how clear is the water, how clean is the water from satellite imagery, or even from data that we have loaded in as a reference. So next, we are going to see Google Earth Engine interface overview. So we want to know what are some of the things that we are going to interact with on Google Earth Engine, right? And we can start with the first one, which we will be working with most, the code editor, of course, because here is where we are going to do most of our dirty work. We are going to write scripts through the code editor, and then it runs, we get our output in certain areas depending on what is our output. Maybe it can be in Excel, it can be in charts, just text outputs, or maybe even exporting it to drives and other stuff. So the code editor is the main workspace for writing and executing JavaScript code. I'm saying JavaScript because we are going to use JavaScript. If we will also look at Python just briefly. So it includes the map viewer, the console, and the script manager. We are going to see all this. So another thing apart from the code editor, we have the Explorer. Well, the Explorer basically handles data sets that are available in Google Earth Engine, and we can do that by searching them using keywords. For example, you want Landsat, you can just Google Landsat 8. You want maybe Sentinel, you can Google Sentinel, or any other data set that you want, right? Then the last thing that we have assets. So assets, these are what we have uploaded. For example, you want shapefile. Yeah? You want to clip a satellite image to your field of study, which is your area of study. You just upload a shapefile, and then you can use it to clip the satellite image, right? Now, this is what our code editor will look like, right? Sorry, the image can be blurry. I don't know if you can see clearly. So we have various things. For example, we have this is first of all our map area. It's the largest, of course, but this is scalable. You can scale it to your preference depending on what you're doing. If you want to inspect, you just scale it. So on our map, we have the zoom panel, where you can interact with the zoom of your map. Maybe you want to see more detail, you want to see more content, so you can just zoom in or zoom out. Then we have the geometry tool, where you can draw a polygon, you can create your own shapes, various things. We have the layer manager, where, for example, you have run scripts that displays various maps. You can have maybe 10 maps, and you want to manage which layer is visible on your map. You can manage them through the layer manager. Then we have here the asset manager. So assets, as I've said, these are things that you have uploaded for your analysis or for your task. It can be a shapefile and it can be a table. So they will come under assets, right? There there are certain things that are allowed and there are things that are not allowed. And there are also procedure on how to upload them to the platform. It might not be the same to your conventional GIS software, for example, QGIS. So we will go through that and see how to upload, for example, a shapefile. Then we have the inspector, where you can inspect values or objects added to the map. So this will show you the status and stuff. Then we have the console output. Here is where now our output comes. For example, you have print, it comes there. You have run your script. If it's successful, it will come there, right? And then we have the task manager. So task manager basically shows the tasks that are running. For example, you are importing a shapefile. You will be seeing the status of your task there. You have exported a raster. You have exported a output to the drive. It will be there. So you inspect, you do your task management here, right? From here now we go to this. There is this is the run. We run our scripts from here. There's this, we get script to the link, where if you want to share your script, you just copy your link from here and share it to someone. Then this will be handling our imports. The registration process is generally simple, and it's just like setting up your Google account, where you just follow a few steps, instruction. You give your details, you specify billing information if you are using a billing account, and if you are using academic account, you just say your academic details and all will be good. So thank you and welcome to the next video. We'll be now going to the introduction part of the coding. Thank you.